Just a stone's throw away from the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, Welsh rugby legend Barry John has recently established an Oriental restaurant.
My name, well, I'm a friend of Gareth Edwards, and they sometimes call me Barry John. And if my mother was alive now, she'd be upset, what the hell is he doing in with food and restaurants? You know, he can't boil an egg, and she's true. You know. I don't care if you're the Prime Minister or you know, the great musician or Picasso or whatever it is. Down the line, somebody somewhere, he or she has an influence. And there's no doubt in my mind that not only myself, I talk about other people who were lucky enough to bump into Ray Williams in my school anyway. I bumped into him at the age of 10 perhaps, and I was with him until I was about 17, 18. It was marvellous. You always looked at a PE master as somebody you talk to about life and feelings and sport and getting over defeat. And he gave me so much confidence. And, you know, give me 5 minutes with Ray, and even my Welsh is better.
My name is Ray Williams. I live in Llanelli. I'm married to Joyce. We have 2 children. My age, 73 years now, and I've been retired for 12, 13 years. In the early 50s, I first came across a very, very young lad in those days, Barry John. Well, I had an advantage in all of this, you see. Just before Barry and I came together, I mean, I had been playing for Llanelli for years and years, and after a few, many trials, in 1954, I had my first of 4 caps for Wales, you know. So that, I think that helped.
Suddenly we had this new teacher coming along, and it was Ray Williams. And Mr. Williams was there, and like all of us, so many of us, you know, we were into sport. We were kicking a tennis ball until the thing was bald and dead, you know, and we picked something else to kick. We were all nuts about sport.
These boys were really mustard keen on games. Perhaps rugby was foremost because every village had its own rugby team.
Ray really started to get things, you know, he created a beat in the school, and I loved him for it. I absolutely loved him for it. Not only myself, so all the other boys.
Barry's travelled to the Gwendraeth Valley to meet Ray at their old secondary school.
I tell you what, Ray Williams was something special, and to be honest, I think he's a bit late at the moment. I think he's a couple of minutes late, but he'll be here, and no doubt about that. But I'm looking forward to seeing him, because I haven't seen him. I've spoken to him a few times at Straddy, but I haven't seen him really for about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years or something like that. It'll be interesting, because he was a very special man in my life.
As the French say, c'est plus changé. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Do you remember?
Marvellous. Well, down here...
How far back do we go now? Come on.
Well, I was here in first of all, 56? No, 57.
Say 60s.
No.
Early 60s.
Well, here, from where I came.
Of course, there was Kenraith Primary before, but Gwendraeth Grammar.
But going down,
as it was then.
Well, this is new to me, because all this was just the bank, if I remember.
That's true.
And the most natural, it's like a natural.
I think you broke through there one day, and you had about a dozen chasing you. So you ran, you eluded, you dropped a few by the time you got to the halfway line.
I loved it. This was the Arms Park, you name it, anything, and the cricket. We played cricket out there.
Strip,
lovely strip.
How clear is the memory now?
Yes, I love it. But Llanelli came in for me, even when I was here in school, and to play for them. And Ray, obviously, you can't play in term, and so I played against Moseley, Christmas holidays. Then during the Easter holidays, played against the Academicals and London Irish. But then in between, they came up and said, Barry, we're short. We want you to play against Swansea and Neath. And then he steps in.
Never.
No way. No way, Jose, I tell you.
He was never any bother. And we were never anything but really good friends, you know.
Yeah, always been.
There was I felt more like a benevolent uncle than anything like that.
Hey, lend me a tenner, lend me a tenner.
I didn't think you'd ever hear me saying that. But there was a camaraderie. I know it's a posh word, but there was that togetherness. The Welsh word.
Another rugby pitch which holds many memories for both Barry and Ray is at the Millennium Stadium, built on the site of the old Arms Park.
But sitting here now and looking at that turf, I wish more people could just see that bit. They're so verdant.
Well, probably
and
like you,
green.
whether you played your first cap for Wales, and I certainly played here for Cardiff, and one of my early games for Wales. I mean, it was a mudbath.
It was, it's true, yeah.
But equally, I'm asked sometimes about, would you like to play now? Yes. Yes, the money side of it, more than happy. But the combination for me would be, when you see each other, there is a bond there, there's no doubt. His eyes light, and I absolutely light, you know, because I don't think he goes much further than Straddy these days. He's a one-eyed scarlet, you see. And I don't think he liked it when I went to Cardiff, to be honest. I think they've killed a lot of what made us such an exciting
It's fair to say we move in quite separate worlds these days, but of course when we do, we're delighted to see each other, and we have a good old natter. Right, we're playing it, and
No
it was for the
tackling, no
sake of a
tackling.
game, but it was for the sake of a game, wasn't it? There was no trophy, no cup, no league at stake at all, and I do like the idea of letting schoolboys enjoy the game whilst they can,
And find
before they
themselves.
get to the serious bit later.
We were given this encouragement, you know, and go and express yourself.
So perhaps we did get a couple of things right after all.
Tackling department, but now then for lunch. Now you've always been a big man for lunch.
Oh, well, now then, yes. Are we being invited into
Well,
one
yes,
of these repasts now then
A,
in
li-
Cardiff?
a little place over there called BJ's.
BJ's
And
now
I
then.
hope you're pretty good with the chopsticks,
I'm
right?
very
Chopsticks,
sure
all
we
right?
will, and if I'm not,
Yes, come on.
Thank goodness I bumped into Ray Williams, and I thank him for it. And I only wish that there were Ray Williamses around this day. And that's it. That's the man, you see. And you live with those beautiful, beautiful moments.